everyone, welcome to the April Christmas Stampathon Challenge. My name is Woodbridge and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. Today I'll be showing you one of three projects, one that the admin team will share with you. So I'll share one with you today. Our theme for our April challenge, which finishes up on the 24th of May, is dots and stripes. So I am championing dots today using the hand-drawn dots, which is a stamp set that will actually be retiring really soon, but I love it so much I just had to use it. And I'm stretching the stripes, saying there is a stripe in our gold and vanilla satin edged ribbon. I am also using the Brightest Glow stamp set that is carrying over to our brand new catalogue starting on the 2nd of May with our Merry Christmas sentiment, and I'm bringing in something brand new, our Countryside Corners dies. So as you can see here, I have used the dies twice, and which ones did I use? This one I did not pre-prepare for. Here we go. So I'm going to have to grab one out anyway. So this is our largest, which is the third from the center. And I have already pre-cut the gold fine shimmer paper, which unfortunately is leaving us, but I had to finish and use them all. I use it while I could, and I've used all of my pieces, and I'm going to need the second from the center to cut our sentiment. So I'll leave that there. Now we are asking you to make multiple cards and or tags using dots and or stripes. So you can see here, I think I've made 9 cards and we'll be making the 10th here together. So I'm going to pop these dies out of the way and over here. And what I think we will start with today is our stamping on Pretty Peacock, which is coming back in the new annual catalogue, which I'm very excited about. I've always loved Pretty Peacock for Christmas cards. It's not quite green, it's not quite blue, it's somewhere in between, and pairing it with Cherry Cobbler. I've used both the cardstock and the ink. So I have set up my background stamp in the Stamparatus. Now I like to put my background stamp on the base of the Stamparatus. It just gives me a little more scope to be able to bend the plate to sop up all the ink. I have used a piece of painter's tape, or you can use washi tape, to pop my paper to the plate so I can stamp it multiple times. Now I have just re-inked this, so I hope this ink pad is going to be nice and juicy for us. Now I have over-inked this over the size that we will need, but I can quite easily clean up the plate as needed. So some of you may know that these Stamparatuses are no longer available through Stampin' Up, but you can use this technique by popping your background stamp to any stamp positioning tool. Okay, let's see how we are here. I think I'm going to stand up and use my body weight here. So I hope you enjoy seeing my example as well as Shirley and Ruth's example as well. I think that's as good as we're going to get. I'm missing a little bit in the middle, but it doesn't matter because my sentiment is going to go in the middle. So I'm going to leave that there, and I will give that a really good clean up later. So we have our piece. Now I just need to die cut the Merry Christmas sentiment, and I have paired these colours with Very Vanilla because they are definitely on the warm side and not on the cool side. So I thought Very Vanilla would work perfectly. Today I'm going to use my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because we do only have a small piece of paper. Now, you can, sorry, lost my train of thought there for a second. You can find our Christmas Stampathon 2023 group over on Facebook, and we just ask that when you upload your challenge, you upload it to this month's thread. So we will have a logo, an icon, a graphic even for this month's challenge, and just pop your entry into the comments and we will pick our favorites at the end of each month. So the challenge finishes on the 24th and the new one starts on the 25th. And why that day, you ask? Well, the 25th is Christmas Day. So we have just chosen a bit of an unusual date because that works beautifully with Christmas. Just going to put our countryside corners dies back so I don't lose any. Pop my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine plates away as well because I have lost plates from the large machine before. Don't ask me how because I don't know. So let's start with some assembly. I have a very small, Very Vanilla mat under the pretty peacock, and I'm going to use some multi-purpose glue here. Gives us some wiggle room to get this as even as humanly possible, or as even as my cutting of the layers allows. Now this is a type of card that can be very easily reproduced, as you can see from my pile, because I do send a fair few Christmas cards, send them out to my customers, and I send them out to family and friends as well. So that is all done. I have my cherry cobbler card base here, and this is going to go using the same multi-purpose glue onto this, and then I'm going to change adhesives because I'm not sure that the multi-purpose glue will work best on our fine glimmer paper. So I'm going to change over to our, and I hope I've got enough left, our Stampin' Seal Plus. I'm right on the end of this roll, so let's try and make it last because this is the stickiest of the rolling Stampin' Seals that we have. We made it go far enough, and this is going to stick beautifully on here because we do have that very fine glimmer paper texture. Now I did pop my dimensionals over here, and we're just going to pop a few on our label. So these are really versatile labels. I think I'll use them a lot for my Christmas cards and any of my other cards. I just think they are most versatile and a must to have in your stash. can't wait to see what specialty papers. So there's lots in the upcoming annual catalogue, lots of specialty papers that we can use for Christmas, which is lovely. Always use a bit of sparkle and shine at Christmas. Now, if you didn't want to use the cherry cobbler sentiment, you could quite easily use one of our metallics, and you could heat emboss. So if you didn't have the fine shimmer paper, you could use gold embossing and then maybe a different colour for our sentiment. Okay, yeah. Close enough is good enough, I am saying. I'm now going to bring in our satin edge ribbon, which is very vanilla and gold. Going to tie a bow here. Let's see how I can do this as easily as possible. Start by taking a deep breath, and then first time, woohoo. So that is way too big. So I haven't pulled this knot super tight, and I'm going to pull these back in. I'm going to twist that piece of ribbon that had twisted itself. Like to keep everything nice and flat so we get the prettiest bow that we can. How does that look? That isn't looking too bad. Just want to get my finger back in here. And I also don't want to pinch the ends of our ribbon because that will cause a crease, which means the edges of our ribbon won't be puffy. I don't know how else to describe that, but I think the best word is puffy. It'll be all flattened out if we don't. Okay, grab my ribbon scissors and cut this end off the roll, and we will adhere it using some glue dots. So I can choose either corner. I think I'm going to change my corner over here because there's a little bit more space to add our ribbon on that end. Just going to cut this end as well. Hopefully that's fairly even. We will soon find out. But I can always trim. So if you wanted to mass produce a card like this, I would sit in front of the telly, or while I'm binge watching some Netflix or another streaming service, sit there and tie the bows. Because that's what I did the other day when I was making all my other cards. I sat there and tied all the bows while I was watching. Don't even know what show I was watching. Certainly wasn't a Christmas show at this time of year. Okay, so I'm going to pop our ribbon there. I'm really happy with that one actually. And to finish off, I'm going to grab our festive pearls. Now, the packaging on these festive pearls actually calls them red and green, but in the catalogue they are called festive pearls. So take your pick tool here and just add two just over here. So let's see if I can pick this up nicely. So I'm going to add one here and one here, and that completes our card. So fairly simple to pop together using our stamp positioning tool to help stamp our background to make sure that we get a really nice even coverage. So let's go through what we have used. I have used the Brightest Glow for the sentiment. Now this stamp set is staying around in our new catalogue. Our retiring hand-drawn dots and our upcoming Countryside Corners dies. I've used our festive pearls, and the colours I have used are Pretty Peacock, Berry Vanilla, Cherry Cobbler, and a touch of gold. I cannot wait to see your cards and or your tags in our Facebook group. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I look forward to seeing you soon for another card making video. Thanks. Bye.